Everybody's had a real good day today. I told people that the S&P had resistance at 74.85, went up to 83.75, and tonight we went up to 83 again. So it's interesting that it doesn't have seem enough strength right now to bust through that. But if it does bust through that, then we're going to see some higher prices. The next stop would be 74.95 on S&P. And I think people are starting to understand why I use the S&P to make market decisions, market timing decisions. Pretty obvious. One stock I'd like to call your attention to is Google. Above 455, that goes into a solid buy. Write that down, 455 on Google. Apple needs to get above 355. That's two I can give you right now. And pretty much market's very bullish, obviously. But let me come back to today's briefing that we had at 11. I had a lot of people that signed up for my day trading, teaching the art of winning. And I had several people who would like me to call, and Jonathan ran into a snag. Would everybody that put their name in there today, put their name and phone number, I'll call you tomorrow. We lost the names, and I wanted to get that out of the way before I got into tonight's presentation, okay? So if you were there and you wanted me to give you a call, put your name in there, and Jonathan will capture those names for us, give me a spreadsheet on it in one. Sonia, put your phone number in there, please. I see Sonia's name. I don't see her phone number. There it is. Okay, good. You got it. You got it, Jonathan. You got Sonia. Anybody else?
Yeah, Sonia, thanks for posting. I've got to hear for Tom.
Roz was one. Okay.
Roz, okay.
251. Roz, 251. I'll be calling from 251. How's everybody hear me right now? Sonia says she's got an echo.
Make sure you don't have the Zoom open and YouTube open. You would hear an echo if you have that. Make sure you just tune into one or the other.
Or you can't have the Zoom open and you can't have the YouTube open. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. YouTube's on like a 20-second delay, and so you'd hear effectively like an echo over there. Yeah, if you had both running.
Yeah, Carolyn, we're cutting it down to 50% if you're nimble. Carolyn, put your phone number in there if you don't mind.
All right, got George, got Carolyn, got Bruno, Roz, Sanja. Thanks for posting.
Got everybody? Okay, good. The other announcement, if you listen to my T-Buzz TV, and next week, we're gonna move it over to YouTube. So to listen for T-Buzz TV in the future, Adam's supposed to get me an app, and hopefully we can integrate that next week. So it'll only be published in YouTube, okay? From now on. Be a little bit longer, more detailed, and we'll try to knock that out. Okay. Fair enough. I told him he had to get me an app on my phone that makes it easy. I don't know how it's going to work, Jennifer. We'll figure it out before next week when we make the move. I'll understand everything about it before we make the move, but that's our plan. Okay. Also, did everybody get the new feature in our weekly newsletter we put out today? Did everybody get that? Pretty neat, wasn't it? The new feature. Special report on what we're highlighting this week for longer term.
Just a quick service announcement here. The people who are hearing echoes, there are a few of you who are logged in more than once to the Zoom room. So I think you have to be on more than one computer to do that. So check that out, and that should help with the echoes.
Yeah, the newsletter price is $49.95, Adam. $49.95 now. And on Wednesday, you'll get a special report on the stock that we identify on Monday that's got longer term wheels on it, meaning it's going to go a lot higher and some targets and stuff, how to play it. Jonathan, put the weekly letter in there. I don't think we got a slide for that, do we? The link for them to sign up.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but here it comes in the Zoom chat, dtitwitter.com/weekly.
That's how you sign up. All right, well, let's get into it. And let me say, is there any questions you want to ask me about the market before I get going? Any questions at all, type it in there. I'll give you a second or two to respond. I've been very clear. I think the market's very bullish, but also been very clear that when President Trump starts headed back to the U.S., I do believe that we're going to enter a new phase of mission with Iran, and that could be a little weakness that comes in because of that. Okay. SLV looks good. I think if XLV closes above 80.55, the next resistance will be 87. If it can close above 80.55. Got Hector's number. Yeah, Hector, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Yes, I do believe the market will end up higher. I think after July the 4th, we'll enter what I call the acceleration stage. You'll see other stocks acting like the Mag 7. Does that help everybody? Again, I'll just tell you this. If you're in my TNT room, by Friday, I will post what I'm doing with pocket puts. If you don't know what pocket puts are, then go to the YouTube channel, I guess, and search pocket puts, right, Jonathan? That way you can find out. It's a way to protect yourself in case the market has what I call a big air pocket. Well, Kathy, I'm about ready to get going on the presentation, but I like to try to get some of the questions out of the way. You're here, and I've got time to focus on it. Ed asked, "What's my take on inflation?" Ed, I believe my take would be that after June, maybe by July, okay, after June, maybe by July, you'll start seeing a turn down in the factors that made it pop up. In other words, it will cool from here. I believe eventually it'll be less than 2%. Maybe by next year. That's what I'm thinking. That's pretty straight, isn't it? 12 months from now, I think it'd be below 2%. How you like that, Ed? I think interest rates are going to be lower. And I think contrary to what everybody's saying, I think there's going to be a real opportunity in zero coupon bonds, which is a way to play the early cycle of lower interest rates. A lot of different factors will bring it down. Productivity will bring it down. Lower oil prices will bring it down. And I think there will be a renaissance so strong in the American economy that you will see a lot of manufacturing jobs, a lot of things putting supply into the marketplace. That's what I think. We'll see if I'm right. Any other questions before I get going? All right, let's get going. Jonathan, thank you for putting this together. And I would say, welcome aboard. My free Telegram channel will be moving to YouTube, and you can join my YouTube channel by going there by clicking that link, dtitrader.com/YouTube. Easy to remember. Learn to navigate yourself around. I did not see your question regarding sawgrass. What was it? You gotta hurry, Junior. I can't stop. What is it? Put your name and number and we'll call you with all those answers. He wants to know, we got a few slots available if you want to come. If you put your name and number, Jonathan put sawgrass, I'll call him and explain everything tomorrow.
Okay, JJ, I'm waiting for your
JJ, put your name and number and I'll call you. Sonia, the newsletter's posted in the Telegram channel and you go to one click to read it, right, Jonathan?
The newsletter, yeah. So the Monday newsletter is marked, I believe it's marked Monday newsletter at the, inside one click under T-Buzz weekly trade letter. There's a section that says Monday newsletter. And now there's another section that says Wednesday update or Wednesday highlight. So we've got them separated for you easier for you to look through everything during the week.
All right, folks, welcome aboard for Wednesday on the Web. We meet every Wednesday night. We try to, keep you current with the market. Our view on the market is it's hot, 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 and there's a lot of opportunities in there. Now, past performance is not indicative of future results. There is risk involved in trading. My solution is educate yourself. I'm Tom Busby, a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I have 3 books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win, and a bonus book called Roadmap to the Market. Former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, know a little bit about futures, right, gang? In my opinion, market will be higher by the end of the year from here. So long term, you're gonna be able to put a smile on your face. In fact, today in a discussion, I discovered something that I'm going to start doing. I'll share with you tomorrow on Train and Trade. So it'll be on Train and Trade at 11 tomorrow, and I'll share it then. It didn't occur to me. I was having a discussion night with a long-term student of ours, and I designed that for him. I said, I'm going to do it myself. So I'll tell everybody about it tomorrow during train and trade. A long-term approach for what we do for the year. Now that's where the market stands right now. You'll notice it's positive. The only thing that's negative on there is the European markets. Crude has outside gains, and bonds are down 2.6%. The pivot number for bonds has remained 115 all year long. 115 all year long. Another 100% success on our power play this week. My 10 tickers update. This was posted Sunday night. So far, the QQQ's triggered, the SPY's triggered, Qualcomm hadn't, AMD hadn't, ARM hasn't. Silver's triggered. Look at silver go. Gold's triggered. Isn't it amazing how we put these things out? And again, Apple's triggered today, 295.55. I gave you a new number, 355. And Google, 455 oh, it triggered during my presentation. Google just triggered. So David says ARM's triggered also. This is given free to you. You know how you get this? Does everybody know how to get this free? Show up on Sunday night at 8 o'clock when I do my plan for the week. This here is probably more valuable than anything you ever paid for by getting this, because we got a lesson to show you how to take advantage of everything here with options. As Peg said, it's brought her account from devastation to she's smiling. That's a good way to describe it. Pretty good stuff, huh? Now let's talk about track record. How good am I at what I do with my team? If you go to May, I'm perfect. I've never done 25 trades in a month and been perfect like this, so I think that's good. If you go back and look at April to make sure this wasn't a fluke, I had one loser. I lost 25% on an option. The rest of them were 20+% winners due to math, how good what we do is. You got confidence if you trade with me. If you don't have confidence to start with, you'll have it after you see your account balance reflect what we do. Come on, let's give Jonathan a hand for helping me do all this. That's 49 trades right there. Everybody give Jonathan a hand for helping me keep this going the way it's going. You're benefiting, I'm benefiting, but we couldn't do it without Jonathan doing all the work behind the scenes and helping me out. Pretty good stuff, huh? All right, here's my book, Winning the Day Trading Game. This is a book, when it first came out, it was a rage. In fact, it was in 11 different languages, this book. I am the original day trader. In fact, with what I brought to the day trading market, okay, what I brought to the day trading market, I put order to it and showed people you could make money. Winning the Day Trading Game is a book you ought to have on your bookshelf and read from time to time. What I taught back then, while he published it, it was good. What I'm about to do is really going to be something that opens people's eyes that like the opportunity to day trade. The beautiful thing about day trade, for 25 years, I've been griping and moaning about this rule for retail traders. It was passed by Merrill Lynch, Fidelity, back in the day to keep you, the speculator, out of the market, in my opinion. Finally, the traders outnumbered the money gatherers, and this year they overturned the rule, and June the 4th is going to be a historic day for all of us. We we persevered for 25 years. My good friend Tom Sosnoff and I have bitched about this rule for a lot of years because we thought it was unfair to people trying to learn how to trade. How many of you have ever lost money because you couldn't do a trade to get out of it because they would have freeze your account? Oh, I can't trade. It'll be my fourth trade. They'll freeze my account. It's gone after June the 4th. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing tonight, the reason I'm doing it is because I can tell you, no matter if it's day or night, when you can day trade using futures, options, and stock. Guess what, folks? I've got a great plan. It's been in the work for 25 years. For over 40 years, I've been working to perfect the art of day trading. Had a lot of losses, made a lot of mistakes. You won't have to make those if you listen to me. My plan, I've got 7 in-depth lessons focused entirely on tradable setups. Listen closely, in stocks, futures, and options. From sun up to sundown, I'm going to give you setups that I've used for years, okay? That alone, the proprietary and intellectual property I'm going to share with you is worth a fortune. I'm telling you right now, it works. Would you rather get the real deal as opposed to trying to do it yourself and lose what I lost learning this stuff? I don't think you would. I'm about to teach you exclusive intellectual property developed through proprietary methods you can't get anywhere else. Anywhere. Nobody has what I'm about to disclose to people over 7 lessons. Why 7 lessons? Well, I'll tell you. I'm an old Mickey Mantle fan, and number 7 just seemed perfect for doing a perfect class on day trading. Day trade is about to go parabolic. You will be prepared if you're part of my group. I'll make sure you're prepared by asking the right questions and teaching you the right information. Remember, past performance is not indicative. If you do not know the art of day trading, you're going to get left behind. You're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to make mistakes. Wouldn't you rather do it the right way from the get-go? Well, this is how you can do it. Day trading, I call it the art of winning. Whether we're trading stocks, options, and futures. Even if you don't trade futures, I'm going to teach you what to look for in futures. Like I told people today, hey, it's got a resistance at 85. You got to get above 85 to go higher. That's what I told people. My goal is to give you a complete education in day trading before this rule change takes effect on June 4th and changes the game. You might think I don't want to day trade. That's okay. I don't need to learn the art. But let me be very clear. If you trade long term, you trade swing, you better learn my way of entry and exit from a day trader's perspective. It'll save you a fortune. That's what happened. And that's what we're going to do. That's just the way it is. The effects of this rule change will be wide-ranging, having a major impact no matter how you trade. I already covered that. Whether you're short-term, swing, long-term, in and out, it doesn't matter. Setup number 1 will cover the pre-market. You might not get up in the morning, but wouldn't you like to know when you did to go where to look to get the trend of the day? I'm going to teach you that in setup. We'll focus on stock and futures during this setup. I got a great setup for both. 9:30 to 10, our big bar of the day. This is our famed RB3 bar. It occurs between those times. I will show you how to integrate that, whether you're trading stock, futures, or options. Lesson 3 dives into the Genesis time frame following the close of RBY, 11:30 to 12, with detailed instructions where you can trade both futures, options, and stocks. And this is where I get into how to use the market timing to do premium capture. The next phase covers RB4. Now, a lot of people here spent the greater part of 5 months with me covering how important RB4. Who did RB4? Give me a yes if you're an RB4. This year, we were 90% accurate in our live trading between the hours of 1:30 and 2. Made a bunch of money in that. Boy, I've never been so glad for that to be over, because I was only going to do it through December, but we had 100% of people that wanted me to do it again. And I did it January, February, and March. Jonathan even called me and went, boy, aren't we glad we're done with that? What the workload that was. It was fun. Goodness gracious. We talked, up and down all during that time frame. Setup number 5. What do you read from the closing bell? That happens between 3:30 and 5. Trading at close and setting up for overnight session. I can tell you this bar right here, this time sets up tonight. And that's the beautiful thing about the closing bell trade. Number 6, I'd say 8 to 10 at night. It kicks off on stocks. You got to trade stocks. And you can trade options on futures, or you can trade futures themselves during this time frame. But I wrote down tonight, I can tell you right now, you want to see an example of it, see it play tomorrow? I wrote down, Google above 455 tomorrow is going a lot higher. Because that was what I took away from this time period tonight before I got on here. That's just one of many examples. I got a whole list of them. I've got a whole list of them. Setup number 6. My futures people paid for their futures program of one thing I taught them about futures during this time. Tell me about it, folks. Got to know the details, got to know the setup. It's not hard the way I lay it out, wouldn't you say? Straightforward to the point. Lesson number 7 will put it all together. Lesson number 7 will give you an executive summary of everything we cover, where you can take it and post it by your computer to make sure you follow our checklist for success during those time frames. This is huge, folks, me doing this. Now, we're going to prepare you for the rule change that will rock the markets way before most people are even thinking about it, how to do it. We know how to do it. Day trading, I've limited it to 100. Right now, there's only 63 slots left in this program. I'm going to stop it at 100. Sign up at dtitrader.com/day. If you got any questions, and you might have it if you're a gold medallion, call 904-706-3532. $749 is the price, unless you're a golden medallion, you get a 50% discount. 904-706-3532. You won't get information like this anywhere else. Be part of it. And people have responded. We mentioned it today. We got 60 spots left. Once we hit 100, it will be closed. And I want you to close it, Adam, once we hit 100. Day trading, the art of winning. 63 slots left. dtitrader.com/day. Call 904-706-3532. We got people here to answer your questions. Folks, I laid it out. It's straightforward. Roger won't signed up. Make sure he signed up at that discount. He's a medallion. Our first class, John, is 12:30 on Monday. 12:30 on Monday, okay? Next Monday, 12:30 on Monday. I'll answer any other questions. That's a great question. Tell me if you're signing up where I can think. Rhonda, my new favorite student one of my favorites, let me say that. She's signing up. Way to go, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda, tell Daniel he can do that Google tonight. Going to 420. Okay, folks, I don't know how many we got left. Everybody's taking me up on this. They're signing up. Way to go. Be sure you got the roadmap. Jonathan, post a link for the $99 starter kit for the roadmap. The roadmap's going to help you keep all this information the way you want it, okay? Just put that link in there. You need the roadmap software. We need to get you set up before Monday. I'm on Google. Just bought it during this presentation. Who's excited as I am I'm excited about getting to teaching this stuff. I've had it for 40 years, refined for the last 15. Who's excited about learning this? Like the Google trade I did, I'll teach you that setup in this lesson at 8 o'clock. Yeah, you can trade the regular stocks. Absolutely. You know, Pam, one of my good friends just moved from Fidelity to Thinkorswim, and they paid in money to move over at Schwab. I thought that was a good deal. No, Google for Graciela, 455. It's currently 402. This presentation cost me $1. Hubba, CJ's excited. Hey, CJ, we need your number because you were asking a call today. Make sure you get CJ to put his number in there, Jonathan. Get joined. I got a real nice letter from one of my medallions that said, Tom, this is far above anything I ever thought I'd get. That was a nice call I had with him. Time is the most valuable thing anybody has. This took a lot of work to put this together in this short period of time to put it together. Jonathan did a great job getting it out there. It's not 300 slides. It's ever how many slides I went through. I don't know how many I had. It's 30 slides. I love it. I'm going to type this in there for you, Scott. $400.55. $400.55. That's a buy on Google. I told you before it got there tonight, now it's at 402. Most people wouldn't dare do that, but I'll do it because I know it's going to work for you. Any other questions? Jennifer? Jennifer just asked, do we still wait to 9? You know the answer to that. Don't ask that question. You got to wait to 9. Has anybody done any math on the 10 tickers if you did Delta 50 options? Somebody will run that out. It's basically, when you're trying to decide what option to use, think in terms of Delta. Steve, 300.55, not 355, 300 on Apple. I'll get a call from John. Man, you gave people all this money if they knew what they were listening to. I said, that's what we teach them to do. Yes. You can't. You got to have the roadmap. Don't take a spot if you can't pay $99 for having a roadmap during this or during the lesson. Jennifer's count just said her count's up. Now, Jennifer, did I have anything to do with the fact your account's up 40% this month? Said I sent my love letter in. All right. Way to go, Jennifer. Jennifer was headed the wrong way when I met her at Sawgrass last year. Right, Jennifer? Remember our conversation? To drop all that other stuff and listen to me. Was I right telling you to listen to me, Jennifer? I know the answer. Any other questions? Who wants to make money tomorrow? Let me ask that question. Who wants to make money tomorrow? Well, listen to my T-Buzz TV in the morning. It's free. Mr. Selman said 24/7, I want to make money. Way to go, John. You're already up $1. Paul, if you want to listen to T-Buzz TV, what's the current way they do this? DTItrader.com, T-Buzz TV, is that how they do it? I hate to have to answer the questions this way, but I'm paying attention. Is it T-Buzz TV? DTItrader.com/T-Buzz TV. Nobody's answering me. There it is. You're getting a discount at $749. I should be charging $7,500 for it, Kent. It's that valuable. People that know me and seen my work would tell you that. It's a discount at $749. How many people believe there might be a chance I might do some live trading and give you a scholarship during these 7 lessons? Give me a yes if you think that might happen. Jennifer says, no doubt. Yeah, I can't teach without trading. Monty said it's a certain thing, like the sun coming up in the morning. Jennifer says she's got scholarship to everything she's done with me. This is I have to trade. It's in my DNA. Got that right. All right, folks. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you. Thanks for joining tonight. We're narrowing in on the number of people. I think Jonathan's going to replay everything, let you hear it again. And all the futures people, I would do video number 1 trading E-mini/MES tonight if it sets up. Don't tell me you didn't do it and it sets up, okay? The ticket box opens in about 18 minutes.